right, guys, good morning. Welcome in. It is House Edge Live. John from Casino Gaming Central here on a Wednesday. It's hump day, which means we're in the pressure cooker today. So I'm going to take some of what I've been talking about the last couple of weeks. We're going to run a couple of strategies out here today. It's going to talk about maybe what this looks like. Hopefully, again, when you teach with live dice, you never know what's going to happen. So hopefully we get into a situation where I can answer some of the questions that have been coming up all week and really the reasons why we're here. So before we get going, your daily reminder of the nightmare that is, right? We all love gambling. I mean, I love to gamble. Let me say this right. I love to gamble. I don't love gambling. Let's just say it that way. I think that the business of gambling, for the most part, is pretty predatory. If you think about the way the casinos are operated today, the land-based casinos are one thing, right? The cruise ships, they're kind of all the same. The rules have been getting worse and worse over time. I long for the days when we have a casino where everything pays correctly. Not so much, zero house edge, but like at least give me some straight up 3-2 blackjack with no side bets, right? Like a normal game. We don't live in that world. And that world's getting worse because as casinos get slower and slower, less and less traffic, and they target more high rollers, they end up giving the high rollers these great limits. Like if you look at a high limit room, high limit blackjack, there's no side bets. It's 3-2. It's a good game, right? High limit Bach, high limit craps, if you can find one. Those are legit games. On the floor with the rest of us riffraff, it's all bullshit. 6-5 blackjack, it's side bets everywhere. You look at a baccarat table, you can't recognize it. There's like 11 side bets now because people are degenerates and casinos lean into that. They're there to take your money. Someday I'm going to open a casino and all you're going to see is normal tables. You're going to see regular, normal games, right? It'll be, well, I'll fight you as a casino, but we're going to fight a fair fight. Right now it's not very fair, especially if you're good. If you get good, bye-bye, you're out. There's no card counting. There's no advantage play on the sports betting side. They will just cut you off at the knees. And that's just the way that it is. So what tools do you and I have to fight some of this, right? All we've really got is our brains. That's all you have. Some of you have bankroll. Even when you have bankroll, you can make poor decisions and have a bad time, okay? Understanding how to use your physical bankroll, though, is a mental thing, right? Seeing how you view risk, right? Having intelligence about the rules of the game, the way your strategy works, having skill to work your rack, your money management, having discipline and goals, emotional control, all these things just matter so much. None of them will make you win more. Let me be clear, but none of this stuff will make you win more at the casino. There's no secret sauce here. What these things will do is two things, I think, right? One, when you go into the game with good focus, or the casino with good focus, you likely won't get into a bad state of mind where you're going to rail dump, where you're going to burn money, where you're going to go on tilt and make poor decisions. You're not going to get drunk and do dumb shit, right? This is all about self-control, mental control. If you're in control, you're likelier to not do something dumb and lose more money. If you're in control, right, your time spent will be more enjoyable because you're not stressed and worried and making poor choices and losing your shirt, right? All of this, a good experience makes good decisions. Good decisions mean you lose less money when you do lose. And good decisions mean that if you happen to get a good day and you win, you're okay walking away. That's what it's all about for me, right? And I think on this topic, Joe from Craftsmaster Journey asked me these questions over text last week, 12 weeks ago. And I think he kind of speaks for everybody here, right? As content creators, right? As all of us are on YouTube and I work at Casino Quest now, we get these questions a lot, right? When do you pull the trigger? When do you dump what you're doing, right, to take advantage of something amazing? When do you get out of the current role and take advantage of a great role, let's say on a craps table, or a great series on a roulette table? When do you make the move? How do you get over the fear, he says, right, of not knowing that the next roll could be a 7, or the similar fear that then it can be 25 more rolls before there's a 7? Because both of those are a fear. You fear you lose your money, right? You also fear you're going to miss out on something amazing, right? There's this latent fear that every one of us has. I face this every time I go. I face these decisions every time I go. And I have to kind of remind myself to get back to it, right? Remind myself to get back to the basics, right? Know that I'm in control, enjoy my time, and if the opportunity comes up, we'll take it. And that's how it goes, right? Ken says, I bet I won't go true odds. I will not do 100% payback on the slots. No, and I won't do 100% payback on. I'm not going to do a straight up every bet pays true odds game. What I want to do though is a fair game. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll stand on the 16s, right? We will do a straight 3-2 game without a bunch of horse shit, right? I'll do craps. You know, I won't do the 15-4-1 that you see at the strip now. Like I won't do things like that to my people. We'll have a fair fight. I will have, by the way, happy hour every day. Every day happy hour, we're going to do a straight up payment. I told you that, right? At Casino Del John, there will be a happy hour from whatever to whatever time where every bet in the casino pays true odds. We'll do it for like an hour a day just for fun, right? Because it doesn't matter. People will still not have enough money to fight the battle. So, all right. Lou says, by the way, at Brownwater Bash, I hardly saw any center action except in the come out. It was great. Nothing but respect. That's awesome. When you get educated players at craps, you don't see a ton of crap, right? Even the ATS becomes less of a nightmare. I'm still trying to figure out a way to make the ATS a self-service bet. Almost like, I don't know how to do it yet, but a way where you're not having, 15 people dropping money into the center for the ATS every time there's a 7. That just slows everything down. Anyway, Lou, you got to give us a report on the Brownwater Bash. Let us know in chat how it went, and we can chat some. All right, let's. I'm going to lose my microphone here in a minute. You see this here? It's flashing. You can see it. It's flashing red at me. See that little red right there? Well, it's red. It's black and white for you. It's about to go down. The battery's about to go down. So if I lose the battery in the middle here, I'll switch to my computer microphone. It won't be the greatest, but maybe I should switch now. I would have thought this thing would have been okay, but let me take a look. Is it this thing? Hold on. One of these. Oh, this one is the problem. Hold on a second. Let me switch this out. It's going to be a little echoey here for a second while I do this, but let me switch these two out. I think that'll get us. I think I left this one on all night. That's the problem. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me still through this good mic? I think we're okay. All right. Sorry for the technical glitches, but there we go. Okay, let's get into the actual topic at hand here. So we've been talking about this concept I've got, this 3-step way of playing, which I think a lot of people play and just don't give it a name, don't realize it. But the 3-step plan is pretty simple, okay? It's baseball analogy. Get them on, get them over, get them in. It's get your money back, it's lock up a little bit of profit, and then make a decision. It's very, very simple. Okay, I don't think a lot of you do it though, right? We talk about it. I don't think a lot of people actually do that at the table. And so what I want to do today is give you an example of how this looks for real. I'm going to play some horsemen because it's easy. I may play a little duck and cover because it's easy and fast. But if you want to see something specific, we can do something specific. What I don't want to do is sit here and spend, 45 minutes, waiting for a great roll on some crazy strategy. I just want to show something easy and really talk about the decision points that we get to when we're playing, to get them on, to get them over, to get them in. I'm going to call them out as I'm rolling the dice. All right. So with that said, let's hop on in here to the pressure cooker and we'll roll it out a little bit. Boy, look how slow that is. It's crazy town. I wonder if my computer is just running it like we're having this weird like glitch problem here with. I don't know if it's because of the computer or because I'm in Vegas, but we're having this weird glitch, and it looks like my memory's fine. My CPU is fine. Like everything is okay. It's just that, man, it's just so damn slow. Anyway, here we go. Let's run it out. If you got something you want to see, then let me know. But otherwise, I'm just going to run some horsemen, and we'll kind of play it from there. So here we go. Let's get the table going. You can see the dice and stuff. Okay, what I've got over here on this side of the felt, I've got four bullets. Okay, the bullet's size is this. We're going to play a little bit of headless horseman. The goal is going to be 1 bullet. I'm going to try and win a bullet. It's going to be tough. I'm going to try and win about 200 to 250. Okay, the bullet's 250. We're going to go $100 on the don't. We're going to do 3 $50 come bets. Okay, we're going to try and win a full bullet. And if I can't win a bullet, we'll be in recovery mode all morning, right? But if I can win one or get close to one, we'll talk about the recovery plan. And I want you to think about the 3 things I said. Get them on, get them over, get him in. At some point, we're going to be even, I hope. That'll be the get him on. At some point, we're going to have a little bit of profit. That'll be the get him over. Okay? Then we're going to make a decision. Do we go home or do we stay in? And I think Joe had asked a question about when do you stay in. I'm going to lean today on staying in and finding the ways and times to go play. So here we go. I'll put our shooter's money over here so you can see it. That's the money for the shooter. There's his actual don't pass bet, and we're going to run from here. And again, we're going to try and keep our stacks clean as we can. All right, here we go. We're coming out. And we catch a yo, of course, right? We catch the yo. Every time I demonstrate the horseman, I do a 7 or 11, right? So now we're going to go with the old Ken from Ken Knows Gambling FU bet. We'll just put the whole rest of it on the don't pass. Instead of going 3 come bets and fighting it, we're just going to go once out here. Okay, here we go. We get lucky. We get lucky, and we do. We get a 1, 2, 3, so we get our money back. Now, here's where we are. We have our 250 back. We have 50 in profit. Okay, so to answer the questions that Joe asked, okay, when do you abandon this and do something that it's going to take advantage of a hot shooter? Well, we're not even in the shooter yet. We don't know if the shooter's hot or not. We have no information to go on here, right? We have no points being set, nothing. But we do have a couple of extra quarters over here. We may use those during the roll. I'm going to keep them here off to the side for right now. We may use them. This may be a little bit of ammunition if this shooter happens to be okay. Here we go. Come on back out. A little bit of a don't pass. And let's go. We catch a point of 8. Don't sweat the 8. If they get you, they get you. But you still have the hammer from the don't pass against the 8. Here we go. We got a 9. So the first comeback goes to the 9. 50 coming, please, dealer. I'll give you 50 coming and your change. We catch a 9. So the first comeback comes down and gets paid. The second comeback goes up. This goes into my profit stack. Okay. Third comeback's on the way. I've got 150 back over here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I have 150 back in the rack. Okay. With what's out here, we're going to be okay no matter what. Okay. Now, again, let's look at where we are. Okay. I've got 150. I got 100 here. If I win the don't, I'm in good shape. If I hedge off the don't, which I can lock up the 100 and be good. I can put 90 bucks on the 8. No matter what happens, this 100's coming back in some form. So there will for sure be my money back. No matter what happens, I can make sure that I tie, and I've got these 2 bets working. Okay. We're going to let these bets work first, but just know that in this strategy, I can pull this back and not make the comeback and have 200 here, and I can guarantee that 100 coming back no matter what, and potentially have another 50. We're going to run this out, but know that I could hedge this off in the style of Ken and Waylon's retirement plan. I could hedge this one off and be okay here and lock in that 50, potentially this 52. Let's run it out and just see where this roll ends, okay? 9 and a 10 working for us, 8 working against us. There's the 7. We'll lose 2. We'll win 1, and we're in the exact same spot. There's our 1, 2, 50, and here's our 100. Now, again, we have our money back. That's the get them on. We have some profit. That's get them over. The profit's not enough to go home with. Again, our goal was 200 to 250, so we're halfway to goal. Choices to be made now. Okay, again, walk yourself through your options as a player. I can come out here again, and again, I'm going to make 4 total bets. I'm going to make the 100. Let's put this up here. I'm going to make the 100, the 50, and the 50, and I've got an extra 100 sitting there. Okay, I can save this over here, and if the roll goes the way I like, if I start seeing numbers get picked up here, I can take this 100, come in here lightly, and play a little bit with the shooter. I've got a bullet that I can kind of play with. I can also leverage the bankroll and say, let's go 125, and we'll go 75, 75, 75, get ourselves a little bit higher. I would rather play from a strong position than a weak position, right? Let's do this first one leveraged. Then I'm going to reset, and we're going to come back to the same spot where I've got this. I got how much I got here? 1, 2, 350. I'm going to reset after the shooter's over with the same 350 in profit, and we'll do it the other way just so you can see the differences. All right, this will be kind of a mock shooter here. We'll get through it. All right, here we go. Out to a 3. So great, we win 1 1/4. Okay. Now in this case, here's where we are. Let's take the 1 1/4 again. 1 250. Right there. That's our bullet. We're back. Right. There's 1 225. I said our goal was to get a 5th bullet. The bullet is 250. We have 225. That's close enough for government work. You're probably going home here. If you're playing a goal-oriented system, you're probably going home. Okay. If you're not, and you are concerned with playing for time, or you want to see if you can catch a hottie, let's play that way. Okay. Let's take this entirely new bullet, and we can take that bullet and do something a little bit different with it. Okay. We can come out here and go 50 on the don't. Watch how I do this. We'll go a little bit lower, but again, this is all leverage play, all profit play. It's going to be a point of 8. We'll do 3 1-unit come bets. Maybe. There's a 6. There's another 6, so it's off and on for a quarter. And there's the 7. We lose our 6. We get paid here. We get paid here. Now we're in a great spot. Okay. Again, 100. Where's my... Oh, I didn't pay the don't. Idiot. Okay, there's the don't. So there's our 250. Okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full bullets and $150. So we're over goal. This is that point yesterday when I was talking about, are you a lot behind, a little bit behind, even, a little bit ahead, or a lot ahead, at goal or over goal? We're at goal and over goal. Again, you can continue to play the same way. Me, this right here is all getting locked up. I'm going to stack it up, nice, pretty, like a little diamond, and all that's going home. Put it on the world. It's all going home, and I've got this as excess to play with. I can play the horseman again, or I can play a right side game, or I can play it. I can go 25 and 5 down here, right? I can do a little bit of dark side game. I have my choices. Okay, we talked about this yesterday too. If my I'll put these back out so you can see them. If my overall bankroll, not the session bankroll, okay, if I have envelopes up in the safe in the hotel room, and those envelopes are lighter than what I came with, like my session or my weekend money is down. This is what I started today with. I've got 250, 350, 400 here. This 150 represents a way to stuff one of the old envelopes that was down. If I was down $300 yesterday, I can put this excess money in that envelope and get that thing straight. You follow me? So this money here becomes your decision money. The minute you get to here, your goal, this money becomes very important to you. What are you going to do with it? Play with it, treat it as excess, refill an old loss, your choice. Or you can come out here with the bigger bets and give it a shot. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this today. We're going to keep on playing with it because, again, the spirit of the questions that have been asked have been, when do you transition to something different? Well, I can tell you right now, this table sucks ass. I don't want to. But what we're going to do is this. We're going to play a little bit of duck and cover with that money. We're going to go 110 inside. I have $50 still in excess profit, even with the 110 out here. We're going to go horsemen to start it, and we're going to replace bets as we go. Okay, here we go. We're going to come out to a 10. That's fantastic. We'll do our first $50 come bet. It goes to the 6. Come bet goes to the 6. Okay, the 6 comes down with a third. At least should be $30. I'm sorry, I messed that up. 30 with 15 change. My bad. The 6 then has to come down because I've got a come bet here. We'll make the 5 look like $10. We're going to duck and cover the whole thing. Bring this back. We're going to get to 44 inside or 64 across using, hopefully, some come bets to replace some of these place bets. Here we go. We'll do a little combo strategy. There's the 8. Again, it pays 35. We're gonna bring the 9 down to 10 while the $50 goes up into the 8. And all this comes back. Now I've got 2 come bets right in the middle that are pretty big. I have two $10 bets. I'm going to be done. We're going to let those two ride out. We brought back money on the way out to these two come bets. We don't need the third one. We're on a point of 10 down here. Let these two bets rock out. If one of these things wins, we'll get the rest of the board. Here we go. We're going to transition right out. There's a 4. There's a 7. It doesn't work out, but that's okay. We'll take our $100 down there. Those two lose. Our shot at the dark loses. Let's see where the bankroll is now with that move. Okay, there's 1, 2, 50. There's that same bullet we've been starting with, right? We still have 1, 2, and a quarter. So we lost a little bit coming out there. We didn't get our third hit, okay? But there's a way to kind of transition through. Let's give it another crack, all right? We still have our extra bullet, right? We'll do 100. That's a 3. Oh my God, how great is that? All right, we'll take that right there. Point's gonna be 5. We'll do the same thing. We'll do 110 in. We'll do a $50 comeback. It's the same horseman. We're just going to give it some juice along the way, hopefully, right? That goes to the 4, which is not great. Next 50 is an 11. That's awesome. That will pay. And there's the 5. That's going to come down. I am out of money. Let's do this. I'm going to take these. I'm sorry, I got to color up over here to get some greens in the bank. There's 200. This is all of our, that's our profit. That's our $1,000 buy-in, right? And the 250 in lock. That's on the world. That's the lock money. Okay, here we go. So the 5, I'm paid $35. Did I pay it yet? I forgot what I did already. No, I didn't pay yet. 35. Comeback moves into the 5. This was the, yeah, sorry. That was, yeah, that's the 5. That's the 35. Okay, and we'll bring the 9 down to 10. Sorry about that. Got a little confused in the process there. Here we go. Next comeback. Again, transitioning out. It's a 7 right away. That's a bummer. So we'll pay the come. We'll lose a little bit up here. We'll make more money down here. And again, our excess that was 150 now looks like 1, 2, 375. Now it's 390. That's excess, by the way. We have our 1,000 plus our extra bullet. That's our goal money. And now we're here. Okay. You can do the same move. We're not getting anywhere, right? We're just treading water down here with this 160 across and the come bets. However, we can still make the try. Okay, here we go. Let's reduce the size of the horseman. We'll go to 50 and quarters. We don't need a lot of action out there. There's an 8. Let's go 1 quarter in the come. We'll just reduce this to make that better. And what happens? We lose everything. Not a great run. We're going to get paid $75 and lose the 110. So we lost ground on that one. Had we stayed at right size, we'd been fine. Notice nothing's happening up here. No rolls today, right? Everything here has been absolute horse poo, which is fine. You're using your excess to hunt it down. It's okay, right? You should be going home, but we already have our lock. We're good. All right. That's a 6. We're on the 6 on the don't. Let's go one more crack at the magic, okay? There is $5 here. I need to break a black to 3 greens and 5 reds to make that look right, to get our next comeback out there. And here we go. Let's make the move. It's an 8. Fantastic. 35 on the 8. The comeback will move into the 8. I'll bring the 8 down. I'll make my 9 also at the same time look like 10. So it's a regress of one of the numbers along with the setting of that bet. Here we go. Next one's out. 7. But we can't get out of our own. We cannot get out of our own way at all today, right? There's that and that. It's a tie. We ended up making about $5 on that one. Trying to show you how to transition, and we can't get a roll past 2. Horseman was kind of built for this thing, right? Okay, now we've got 1, 2, 350, 375. Smart money says, lock up 100 as extra excess. Now I've got this 200 and change. We'll do one more time, and then we'll call it. 110. Cannot seem to get anything happening, but we're gonna give it our best. Maybe this is the guy, right? 7 on the come out. We lose it. We'll do one more because I have 2 more bets worth over there. 6 is the point. We'll do 1 come bet in. I'll take the 6 down. It's a 9, right? So the 9 will get paid $35. 5 looks like 10. One more come bet. 8. Fantastic. That pays 35. We'll bring it down and move that up. Now we're done. What I'll probably do here is take the 10 and the 4 and bring back the greens. I've got everything. No on the 6, but I've got 2 come bets up here. Everything else has been paid for. These bets are free and clear because they got paid by come bets on the way out. Maybe this is our guy. 6. Lose the don't. No biggie. Come out to a 9. We need one of those 9s or 8s to pay us, right? There's a 3. There's a 10. That's going to pay 20 for 2. Okay. What I'll do with the 10 and 4 is this. That 20 pays for both of those bets. I will cape that same bet. 4 and 10 now can have all the fun they want. 15 or 5 pays 15 for 1. I'll bring it to a quarter. We're going to try and get black chips if we can. Nothing. There it is. So hopefully that was something for you to see, right? A little bit of how do you get out of it. So we ended up taking away from this table 1, 2, 3, 50, 400, $500. 50% win. And again, part along the way, I locked up an extra 100. I locked up my 250 early. I locked up an extra 100 during the way. So I know I'm going home with at least my goal plus 100 for something else. And a little bit of extra juice out here. We tried to make it happen, but it didn't. So the question of when do you go and switch? It's this. When I was 250, locked up profit, when I was $100 in excess, that's when I started feeling like, what the hell? We'll take our 110 inside shot and see what happens, right? I don't believe that because somebody rolled 4 or 5 numbers that it's going to keep on going. I just play what happens in front of me. That's it. As it's happening, all you can do is play what you see as it's happening. All right. Hope that was a decent little example. If you'd like, I can do another one really quick. I think I have some time here, right? What time is it? 7:57. I got like 5 minutes. We'll do another quick one. Let's do 1,100 as a buy-in. There's 1,100. Put all this away. Okay. This 1,100 is going to be 110. Actually, I'll do 400 inside. We'll do a buy-in of $400. We'll do 110, 110, 110, and 110. We'll do a buy-in of 440. Okay. Each of these bullets, we'll do a little bit of inside. Okay. There's the 4. Again, we'll try and win 1 bullet back. Here we go. We'll do 110 inside. And we'll just take 4 cracks at doing something, trying to win a 5th bullet, right? And then getting some excess. 7 on the come out. There's the 5, and here we go. We got an 8. Pays 35. I'll put the money out here as we're doing our thing. We'll take the 9 down. 7, of course. Boy, talk about a day from hell, right? But if you think about it, out 110 in 50, that cost me $60. We just cannot today, for some reason, get anything past 3, which is fine, as long as your plan accounts for it. Here we go. Coming out. 7. Wow, these dice are loaded, aren't they? Points 10. Another PSO. Good Lord. How many PSOs today? Has today been like the worst PSO day of all time? Between the horsemen and this one? Fantastic. Here we go. Coming out again. It's a 5. Wow. Can we get a couple of shots here? Buckshot. $35. I'll make the 9 look like 10. Coming out. 11. It's a 6. Wow. Another buckshot. $35. But we're out of the hand at least, right? There's our 100 out of our 110 is back. Come out again. It's going to be an 8. Now, we talk about when do you make a move here, okay? We're down a couple of bullets, a bullet and a half, right? So I've got this $100 that are sitting here, right? Because I'm down, I got to bring these down. As much as I'd love to have the 6 and 8 at $30, The smart money says bring those two down. I'll take 25 and make them look like 12 each. Again, bankroll play here, right? I'll bring back, there's my 110. So that is, one of my bullets is correct. This third bullet here is not correct, and the first bullet's totally gone because we got PSO'd. We got to build these guys back before we let the bets run. It's an important thing. There's a 5. So 15 for 1. Again, the way that I play this, we're going to try and get green hits. We're going to repeat that process as much as we can. Okay, we're going to try and go green, red all day. There's a 6. That's going to pay, again, 15 for 1. Okay, we're going to make this look like $30. So I'm going to drop a quarter and say, take me to 30. Again, I want green hits and come back down to reds. Rinse and repeat. That's how we're going to make money here. There's a 6. There's the example. It pays 30, 35. I'm going to drop 2. Say make it look like 12. We're going to keep going green, red on all the bets. Okay, now look at my rack. There's 110. So that second bullet, or that third bullet now is back to square. And I've got $15 working over here. So 15, 35, 45, 55, and 25 is $80. I don't have this third bullet, my original bullet back. I got to keep going until that thing is recovered. Hopefully, there's a 10, which doesn't matter. Another 10, a 3. We're gonna catch something good. Oh my God, look at all this craziness here. A 4. Can I get something inside, shooter? No. 7. Wow, kind of felt that coming, didn't you? Okay, so we've recovered one of the lost bullets, and we're working on our next one in. Last shooter right here, because I have time. I'm out of time. So we're going to go here. We'll give one more crack at it. The point's going to be a 6, and off we go. Let's see if we can't get ourselves back. 7. Nope. That's your day. So we're down 50%, right? Ugly set of dice today. I was hoping to get you a win early on that one and show you like the when the transition point happens there. If you can get up a little tiny bit, the transition is very interesting. But again, I missed out of time. I have work to go to. So hope that was good. I mean, I don't know if it was perfect or not, but hope that was good. Let me come here. I want to go here, I think. Can you see me? There we go. Okay, good. Did I mess up, Dice, Dr. Dan? I might have messed up. I don't know. I was going kind of fast. Anyway, I hope that's interesting. And again, there's lots of things to talk about when you're playing this way, right? And again, I've only got a limited amount of time, so trying to present the decision point. And the most important thing is the decision point for you, right? When you get to your goal, if you're right at goal, the decision to me has to be easy. You have to leave. You cannot play when you're right at your goal. We happened in that shooter to always be just under or just over the goal, right? We were treading water on the other side of it, right? So the smart move is lock up your original, lock up your goal, look at your excess. And with the excess, you either keep playing the same way at a lower level, short stack it. You either take the excess and one of your other bullets and go back in a little heavier, right? You take your excess and go full different strategy like we did just for fun. Or you take your excess and you go home and stuff a different envelope and replenish old losses, right? All those choices are yours. The decision point is there. That's the most important thing, is when you make the decision. It's when you're even, a little bit up, or at goal. Those 3 points are when you're deciding what your next move is. You don't just go, oh, we're just going to rail dump every single time and pray for something awesome, right? There's a decision point to make, and that's what the whole week has been about. The when we do this is when the bankroll says we can. And that's, take that away, if nothing else today, all right? Let me get to some questions over here and see if there's anything interesting in chat that y'all be saying over here. I'm going to run down, let's see. Is it more important to take advantage or get the fuck out with profit? Like I said, it depends on you. What I would say to that question is this, and let me go back to my table really quick, okay? And I'll recreate what I said because I want to make this point. It's a very important point to make, okay? If I bought in and I had 250, 250, 250, I had four bullets of 250, And I said my goal was to make a new bullet. And I made a new bullet of 250. This right here is all going back. You lock up your rack right now. That's your original bankroll plus your profit. I'll put the profit next to it. That's going home. Okay. In our situation, we had made an extra, I think it was 320, whatever it was. It was like 3.25, whatever it was. I think my first round was an extra 125, right? That I had. My question to you was, if you're down from before, right? I would call this at goal and past goal, right? Your past goal. Do I need to take this back and replenish previous day's losses? If I do, then I'm taking it back and I'm going home. If I don't, if I'm ahead for my trip, this is pure excess. I could light this on fire and go 44 inside 3 times and see what happens, right? I could take this, do the same strategy at a lower level and short stack it. I could take this and do anything I want to with it, right? What we did in that situation was play it again at a lower level, and we won, and doubled this again. Then it was keep half, play half, keep half, play half, right? The decision point is this. Get my money back, got to my goal. No matter what happens with this, that's coming back to John's house. This right here is where the decision gets made. Do you want to lean in and have some fun, hang out with your friends longer, right? Do the thing? Or do you want to make sure that you go back and restuff an envelope that you might have emptied out earlier on? That's the question. You have to make that call. Your bankroll makes the call. And again, I think it's a little bit of you making the call, right? At some point, you are in charge of your own destiny and your own money. You got to decide what this money means to you and what good it's going to do to this rack or the rack in your safe. So hope that is clear. Okay. Let's see. There will be a dramatic reading on casino tiers. Okay, that sounds good. Cool. Okay. Ken says again more. Okay, so discipline. Going through the things. John Ken Wen doing a great job on the topic of being satisfied or go. Yeah. Again, it's all about getting to excess to me. I want to get to excess. That's the whole point. Get to excess, make the decision. You can't really make the decision until you're there. Either your decisions are, I lost too much money, it's time to leave and not lose any more, or I've won too much money, what do I do with the extra? That's the 2 decisions you want to make. In the middle of that is where people, I think, bleed out. So, okay, yeah, skill repeats it. How we treat excess, use it wisely, right? Ken, which is more important? Again, it's for you. What's more important to me is making sure, I know I'm in black and white, but this right here, see this? This is my 250. This was my goal. I hit my goal. That's most important. The goal is going home. The most important thing to me is get my money back, get my goal, lock that up. That's the number one most important thing you can do. Set a goal, hit the goal, leave with the goal. If you have extra past your goal, there is no most important thing. The most important thing to you is, do I need this to replenish an earlier loss, or can I use this to try and get some excess wins? That's what this is. This is your 3rd envelope. It's just at the table, not in my bed or not in my safe. That's the difference, Ken. So this extra little bit of money here that I got past the goal, this is the thing. If you want to get out with this money and add it as excess to a different envelope, that's fine. I'm choosing here today to play this excess in the envelope right here at the table instead of putting it upstairs and bringing it back down in a later session. It's just a matter of where your excess lives. It's all about the excess. It's not about anything else. Once you get to the goal, that's the whole thing. Hope that, maybe I'm talking in circles and it's not making a lot of sense, but that's what I'm getting to. Lock your initial bankroll, lock your profit, and then the excess is all about what do you need, right, out of life. Oh, there you go. Oh, Ken, give me a saw. I thought you were trying to tell me that I wasn't explaining it well and to go back to it again, because sometimes I do tend to get circular and not really explain it great. So, all right, let me have a quick sip of coffee here. And I'm out. You guys have a great day. It is hump day. I may or may not do a show tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see. Tomorrow would be a questions and answers all day show. But I don't know what's happening here. So I may or may not be live. So tomorrow's an iffy one. If it is, it'll be all Q&A. So if you want to come in tomorrow, and I hope that you do, bring me all the questions and I'll give you all the answers. All right. Love y'all. God bless everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.